Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and in this video I'm going to be showing the fastest planes around a circuit. If you want to know how all vehicles perform in a variety of different classes and formats, check the annotation on the screen or the link in the description for the full playlist of videos. The track used for this testing has the exact same length as that used for land vehicles and general layout as well, so the lap times are somewhat comparable to what we've already seen with cars, bikes, boats and helicopters. So first up, in 13th place we have the Mamatus. The Mamatus gets a lap time of 56.7, which although it's the slowest in this video, that is still about 5 seconds per lap quicker than the fastest car. So even though these are the slowest planes, they are still quicker than the fastest car. Just let that sink in for a little bit. So 54.5 from the Duster, it's about 2 seconds per lap quicker than the Mamatus, not too bad. And then now that we're onto the Velum in 11th place, this gets a lap time of 53.0, which is now into uncharted territory. We've never ever seen lap times like this before. We've never seen lap times this low. Just to point out that the Velum and the 5-seater Velum are also exactly the same. So in 10th place is the Cuban 800 with a 49.8, takes a big chunk in lap time off what we just saw from the Velum, and you know, helicopters couldn't get this quick, cars and bikes certainly couldn't get this quick. These are ridiculously quick lap times at this point. Now there are a few planes that it's not possible for me to test. Some of the notable ones are the Titan, the cargo plane, you know, they can't be used in races. And the same is true for the Dodo as well. For some reason the Dodo can't be used in a race. It would be probably around this area that we're seeing now in terms of lap time, but it's not possible to test. So if there isn't a plane in this video, then I just can't get it tested, which is a bit of a shame. So in 9th place, as we can see here, is the Miljet. Very difficult to get around the corners, as you might expect with something so big. But a 49.6 there is very close to the Cuban 800. And then in 8th place, just ahead of it, is the Shamal. Now, all of the planes around this area have very similar lap times. As you saw from the Cuban 800 was a 49-second lap time, so was the Miljet. And here with the Shamal, a 49.4. They're all very similar in terms of lap time, and they're all very different in terms of the way that they handle as well. So it's quite interesting that we've got so many different planes that are all so close on lap time, but they're very different planes themselves. And that is shown as well with our 7th place plane, the Mallard, which gets a very similar lap time again, a 48.6, but it's got nowhere near as much power as the ones that we've just seen in terms of straight line speed. It gets all of its lap time from being very maneuverable around the corners. So it's quite an interesting class, certainly in this area where we've got a lot of planes that are very close together, but have very different characteristics. So in 6th place is the Luxor. Now the Luxor is slightly different to the Shamal that we saw earlier. It is slightly more maneuverable, which that allows it to get that little bit of a better lap time. 48.3, very close to what the Mallard did as well, but that's just, you know, the characteristics of these planes around this track. So yeah, the Luxor is certainly not too bad. You know, it's not too bad in terms of straight line speed as well. 48.3, very quick lap time, but it also loses out, unfortunately, to its bigger brother, the Luxor Deluxe, which is in 5th place. Now we saw this exactly the same thing with the Swift and the Swift Deluxe from the helicopters video. The Luxor Deluxe is slightly better than the regular Luxor by the tune of about a second a lap. It's just a little bit more maneuverable than the regular Luxor. In terms of straight line speed, it's probably about the same, but it's just that little bit more maneuverable, which is what allows it to get that lap time. So in 4th place, just ahead of, well, I say just ahead of it, miles ahead of the Luxor Deluxe, is the Vestra. Now, in air races on GTA, you can either choose planes or jets, and this is the quickest in the planes class. So the Vestra gets a 40.3 second lap time, 7 seconds quicker than what we've just seen from the Luxor Deluxe, and it is easily the best choice in air races where the class is specifically planes. Having said that, the top 3 vehicles, I'm sure you know what they all are. They are technically in the jets class when you boot up an air race, but overall they're actually in the planes class as denoted by the game. So it's only in air races where there's that distinction, and that's why I put them all together, because technically they are in the planes class. So in third place here is the Bezra with a 38.4 second lap. Unbelievably quick, 2 seconds per lap quicker than the Vestra. At this point, the lap times render you speechless. It's absolutely incredible. It's incredible how quick these vehicles are. So now we probably know at this point what the top two are going to be, but it all depends on what order they're going to be in. Well, it's the Laser that's in second place, so I'm sure we know at this point what is in first place. So the Laser gets a 37.8. It's not all that much quicker than the Bezra. It is slightly more manoeuvrable, I would say. I would say that the Laser and the Bezra together are the two most manoeuvrable vehicles in the game, certainly the two most manoeuvrable planes, and they are ridiculously quick. We are talking a good 30 seconds per lap quicker than the majority of sports cars. Remember that the quickest car in the entire game doesn't even break the 1 minute barrier. It's 1 minute and 1 second. So these are absolutely ridiculous lap times to cover the exact same distance as the cars. But ultimately in first place is the Hydra. Now, don't blink because you might miss this next lap. 34.135 seconds for a single lap of the track. To cover 1.61 miles, this goes 34.1 seconds. It takes the T20 1 minute and 1 second to get around the same distance. It takes the Swift 54 seconds to get around the same distance. This is ridiculously quick. It is monstrously quick, the Hydra. It's easily the quickest vehicle in a straight line. It's not quite as manoeuvrable as the Laser or the Bezra, but that's because it's just going so much quicker in the corners in the first place. And that's it. You've just seen it. That's it. It's over. The lap is now over. That was it. 34 seconds and it's gone. Unbelievable how quick that plane is. Just let that sink in. This could pretty much do 2 laps of the track in the time it takes a T20 to do 1 lap of the track. It's absolutely ridiculous how quick the Hydra is and how much of an advantage it has over the Laser. As long as you can handle it, as long as you can get it around the corners in a reasonably good way, it will absolutely demolish everything. And it is, but hands down, by far and away the quickest single vehicle in the entire game. And that's a perfect way to finish up this testing, this series of testing, I would say. Absolutely incredible that we've seen such a lap time like that. Thank you so much for watching this video and this series. That's well over 250 vehicles now tested for a lap time. This will all be updated on the spreadsheet as well. And if you are new, be sure to check the playlist and check out all of the different classes and all of the different testing that I've done. Thank you so much for watching this series. I really do appreciate it. One note before I finish. Yes, this is the fastest fully upgraded series. You can't technically upgrade boats, helicopters and planes. I know that. But it's the fastest fully upgraded vehicles series. That's just the way I've decided to go with this. And technically, when you get a boat, when you get a helicopter, when you get a plane, they are fully upgraded. You can't actually upgrade them any further, so they are technically fully upgraded. I just figured I'd put that in right at the end just to explain why I continue with naming the series this way. So thank you so much for watching this series. Absolutely great way to finish it in terms of all of the testing that we've done. Great way to finish with the Hydra being so quick, absolutely unbelievable. It blew me away completely. And yeah, I'll see you in more videos when we'll do some more videos for this series. Maybe not quite as often, but obviously when there are some updates and extra vehicles come out, I will be testing those as well. So a lot of work goes into this, and I really do appreciate all of your support on these videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.